because this is a very special press conference, because it's not very often that one of the world's icons come to Vancouver. This man that we're going to talk about has only been here once before, and I was lucky enough to see that, as at the time I was dating the province rock critic, and that was 48 years ago. It was August 22nd, 1964. It was his group's first concert appearance in Canada. They were at the top of a bill that featured the Bill Black Combo, the Exciters, the Righteous Brothers, and Jackie DeShannon. The last time he was here, it was total pandemonium. The last time he was here, you could barely hear anything you could barely hear his group because of all the screaming girls. And those girls that weren't screaming had passed out and were carried to the first aid posts that looked like disaster areas. Fans without tickets tried to break down the gates to join the 20,000 plus fans inside Empire Stadium. They pushed through those gates, only to be met by snarling German shepherds, straining at their leashes and being held back by Vancouver cops who were desperately trying to keep control of what was going to be a very dangerous situation. And after 28 minutes, it was over. It was an era of the 2-minute songs. They played 12 of them. After 28 minutes, the Beatles abandoned their instruments, left the stage, ran to their waiting limo, headed up the ramp at the northeast end of the stadium, and headed straight to the airport with sirens wailing. That concert on August 22nd, 1964, was one of the very few seminal concerts in Vancouver's music history. Today, we are here to announce the latest chapter and to add a rich touring history for all of Vancouver to share in. To do that, I want to introduce a man who has worked for 3 years trying to put this event together, an event that will be remembered by music fans in Vancouver forever. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Higginson.
Thanks very much, Bruce. I can barely contain my excitement today. I've been blessed to work with many of the biggest touring acts who've played the world and have played this fair city for the past 20 years. And 6 months ago, we stood here, we reopened this building, and we made an announcement that Roger Waters was going to be the first concert in this building. It's a beautiful new facility. We were proud at that time to usher in a new era of shows into this building. But to this day, at that time and in the time in between, for as many years as I can remember working in this industry, there's one act above all that has been talked about more. We get more calls, more emails, more tweets about this act coming back to Vancouver. It's been almost 50 years since August 22nd, 1964. Bruce spoke about it, and John Mackey, I believe, referred to it as the most legendary concert Vancouver has ever seen. I wasn't born in 1964. I wasn't there. I was, in fact, born many, many, many years later. But I've listened to the stories of people who were there, and I've listened to the stories of people who weren't there but claimed they were there because it was a piece of Vancouver history that everybody wanted to be a part of. This announcement today and the video you're about to see on this screen, it will make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, and it will make a good man come close to tears, because this is why we do what we do. These are the kind of things that you can wake up and realize you want to put some effort in every day to being a part of. When you think about the sheer impact that this artist has had on an entire generation, it's absolutely staggering. Every person, almost every person in this city, in this country, has an emotional touch point to Paul McCartney and the Beatles. And so without further ado, please join me in watching this video and what you're about to see come to Vancouver.
Yesterday, all my troubles in the
Sort of difficult, you know, because I never analyse what I do. I suppose you'd have to put songwriting in there somewhere as being core of my legacy. And then I think playing live.
I'm in the witness protection
my ambition, you know, when I was a kid, to be able to plug in electric guitar, and that hasn't left me. I don't want to go home. I've cancelled the show now. I've that kind of, you know, little boy at the back of my mind thinking, how did you get in here? So it's like, just don't tell anyone.
When you were young and your heart was an open book, you used to say, live and let live. You know you did, you know you did, you know you did. If this ever-changing
Just the overall volume of the audience. There was a sign saying, are you ready for the loudest crowd ever? And it is like that.
so live and let die.
The truth is, you know, if it's like a big crowd like that and they all singing my song, it's a great feeling. It's what I do, it's what I love doing, and it's what I hope to continue doing.
As many videos as I've seen, I don't think that anything eclipses the excitement that this show brings to me, and I believe it's going to bring to the people of Vancouver, and as I say, the people of Canada. We're lucky to have one of two shows in Canada this year. Paul McCartney does not tour on a grand sort of 30 dates, 30 arenas. This is a special play. His people came in, we had a number of meetings, we walked around this stadium. We have to make everything right because this is a big deal to have Paul McCartney come here. And I feel blessed to be a part of a new chapter in Vancouver musical history. Make no mistake, this is the show for every kid, every mom and dad, their aunt and uncle, you and your friends that you're going to want to be a part of. The show is nothing short of absolutely spectacular, and it's the common thread that binds us as a society. So I'd like to thank you all for coming out. November 25th, Paul McCartney going to return to Vancouver, and we should all be thankful. Thank you very much.